Welcome back to the player career mode. Today you've a very important vote. It's not a definitive decision as to where we go, but it's just you guys are voting on a potential of where we go. Of course, some of the objectives for us to achieve some of the options for clubs that we might have in our recommendations are a bit not unachievable but unrealistic. 5 goals from outside the box is tough, and especially considering where we are in the season now, having coming back from injury, we find ourselves 21 games through the season, having personally only played 10 of those 11. Sorry, 10 of those 21. So we've missed 11 games. To this point, we've missed half the season because we broke our toe in the last episode. So you guys are going to have the opportunity at the end of this episode today to vote on a potential target club. It's not saying we're definitely going to move there. It's saying it means that you're definitely going to have at least one option to vote on when it comes to either staying at Genoa or moving elsewhere. And then we will take it from there. There's still 17 games left to go in the domestic season, so there's enough time for us to score some goals, grab some assists, and give you multiple options for the end of the year. But now we're going to have to force our way back into the starting lineup, coming back from injury. We start with Empoli, and then in this month, we will end the month with Cagliari, and then we'll have the vote for you guys to decide where we go next. With regards to the games that we missed, didn't go that well. We got injured against Napoli in that 3-0 defeat. I think it was 0-0 at the time. No, it was 1-0 at the time when I got taken off. And then 3 more defeats in the next 4. Another defeat there against AC Milan, but some better form towards the end of the month. But then we've lost 3 of our next 4 in all competitions there. But a draw 2-2 against Napoli is a good result. And we did beat Empoli away last time we played them. But it has been, for us personally, a relatively short season so far in Serie A. But we will hopefully be ensuring that the rest of this season goes well. And that we have ourselves a good possibility of potentially getting ourselves either a good contract at Genoa next season or somewhere good to go elsewhere outside of that. We will come on at 1-0 up thanks to Giuliano grabbing the goals. We'll come on at right forward again. Last time we came on at right forward, we scored. So if we could do that again, that would be lovely. Trying to force my way back into the starting lineup is not going to be easy from here, but we'll see what we can do away from home in the evidently very snowy conditions against Empoli. And to do so, I need 1 shot on target, 10% dribble success rate, and a 6.5 match rating. All of which is doable, but I've only 12 minutes in which to do it. I mean, I'm on a 5.8, but Empoli have just kept the ball since they had their free kick and I came on the pitch. So I haven't really had the opportunity to do anything to get a better match rating thus far. Transfer confirmed. Marc Cucurella has moved to Brentford. Obviously, we're in the January transfer window at the minute, so we will have transfer deadline day at the end of the episode. Lovely ball into Cordera. Was it Cordera? I didn't quite read the name there, but we'll try and build ourselves a higher match rating. But it's going to need teammates to keep possession of the ball when we give it to them. And at the minute, they're not doing that. 6 minutes to go now, and my attempt to try and get my match rating up and my manager favour up, not going that well thus far. I'm going to have to forcibly get myself involved in the play just to try and have some accurate passes. But then teammates are just pooping the bed a little bit. Well, not only that, we might lose a 1-0 lead. If it had gone the other way, then maybe we would have done. Stojanovic into the box and blocked. Win that, please, Aaron. He hasn't. Free kick given. Henderson on the counter-attack for Empoli. Back to Tihi and Cordero on 5.5 in the 90th minute now. I've had not much to do, and anything I have had to do, I've done poorly. We're not going to be back in the starting lineup here at Genoa for a little while, I don't think. Thankfully, the team are going to get the win, but my monthly rating for my potential improvement of my guy is not going to be great. I do need to add my attributes actually from the last episode, which I didn't do. I also need to say thank you to those of you in the background for your continued comments, those being Daniel Fielding, to Chevy Snow is actually live with us here on Twitch at the moment as well, and Super Pure Dragon is on top of that as well. Thank you very much all of you for your continued support in the comment section. I appreciate it. I'm going to need to be much better than a 5.4 if I'm going to get back in this starting lineup, aren't I? Roma 2, Juventus 1. So I'm not sure what Juve are doing at the top end of the table, but before our injury, they were romping away with it with 8 wins in 9 games is the last time I recall seeing the top of the table. My manager favourite takes a hit, but understandably so, after a disappointing performance. Even when I try to force myself to get involved, I still did things really badly. I'll commit to improving. I can't do anything other than that. Obviously, we're coming back from injury, so it is what it is. The 5th team in there yet? Nope. Not to this point. Not to this point. Okay, so was it Cagliari next? Cagliari at home on transfer deadline day. And then we'll see where we go from there. But at the minute, I am not great. 10th in the table for Genoa now. We're a full 9 points away from any sort of European football. Juve are still top of the table, but Inter and Napoli can go above them if they win their games in hand. Of course, if they're playing against each other, then only one of them can. Atalanta also have a game in hand to close in. Turns out it's going to be quite a good title fight by the looks of things in Italy. Right now, though, I'm going to train, get myself as close to the starting lineup as I can, and then fingers crossed things go better for me against Cagliari. We're coming on 1-0 down here as Giuliano's been sent off for a second bookable offence. Then Kelvin Yeboah's missed a penalty. Oh my God. And now I come on with 9 minutes to try and do something. On for Albert Gudmundsson. Conversion rate of 50%. Christ. 1 pass in the opponent's half. To be fair, I've only got 8 minutes to do it. And if I can score a header here... never mind. Then my conversion percentage will be 100%. It's not. And if I'm to get 50%, and I need to score with my very next shot. Please can we win possession? Thank you. Ches, find an accurate pass. Hey, I've got 1 accomplishment. Can I maybe get played in here? I've called for it. I'll get it. Teammates there. Find Lincoln. Lincoln tried to find a teammate but couldn't, unfortunately. 1-0 down. Still. 10 men. Still. But I nearly got me 6.5. I just need maybe 1 more accurate pass. The defender. Help it round the corner to Lincoln. And I'm going to go again here. I'm in a great position. Yagi will call for it. It's delayed. He then looked for me just as I had the defender showing me some attention, or put some attention of our own on Desanar. Fouled him there, actually. Pressed the button too late to attempt to go for the tackle, but at least I'm getting my 6.5 match rating and my pass in the opponent's half. And if a chance presents itself to grab a goal in the remaining few minutes, we'll be in a great position. But we might actually be conceding a second at the other end. Prelets, Waldschmidt, back here to Marine. And Gomes with the save, and I've dropped to a 6.4 again. Don't tell me I'm not going to get myself closer to the starting lineup out the course of today's episode. I call for this here. I'm going to try and get to it. I don't know who fouled who. It's they fouled me, or it hit his hand at least. I call for this. It's not coming towards me. Yeboah does find me though, and hopefully an accurate pass here will get me to a 6.5 again. It has. Forward, Aaron, forward. Come on, lads. I know I'm playing right forward, but I just want to be involved in the play now. Call for the cross. It's come my way. Trying to nod it down to a teammate. Can't find him. Can we win that with Lincoln? We can't. Can we intercept that with anyone? Get there. Come on. We need the ball. We're not going to get it. I'm not going to get my rating. And my manager favour is going to stall once more. It's out of my hands, really. I can only train on match days. And if match days are a full week apart, then what chance do I have? We're still going here. I'll call for the through ball from Patterson. Oh, and we're in. Well, now's the chance then. No! How? I can't believe it! Unreal. Unbelievable. I've got really decent finishing stats. On one-on-one, I don't feel like I put too much power on that. I slowed myself. I stopped sprinting as well, but he's not even shanked it. He's kind of hit it with his heel, and the pointy ankle bone is all I can think of. And he somehow knocked it off the bar. And now I'm on a 5.9. If I could have scored, I'd have rocketed. I'm plummeting again. I can't believe it. We might even, with the way that we do our... Well, we certainly will. For the very first time, given our performances here today, unless I can bury a goal now. Oh, please. Please. 6.2. I might be taking attribute points off my guy. We've never done that before, but for the first time, we might actually be doing so. Manager favour drops again. Managed to get it up with training. Now it's gone back down again. Now, before we do anything else, let me adjust my skill points before we deal with transfer deadline day. So, what we didn't actually do in the last episode was tot up what my average was for that month. Obviously, the Napoli one set me back because that's a 5.3. The first one was the Atalanta, which is the 8.5. Yeah, so my average there is 6.9. Now, 6.9, as you can see here, means I don't change any attributes. I'm not allowed to use any attribute points. And this month, I've played the 2 games, Cagliari and Empoli, a 5.4 and a 6.1, an average of 5.75. I am taking 2 attribute points off me. For the first time since we introduced this, and to be fair, it ties in well with being injured for 3 months, I am worsening as a player. So we need to take 2 skill points off. Do I do it free kick accuracy? In fact, I'll ask live chat to tell me where I remove the points from. To be fair, given the way that I shanked that shot in the last game, I should probably take it off finishing, shouldn't I? What are we saying, chat? That deallocation is 2, so I could take it off there. That would take my finishing down and my volleys down and give me a realistic change to my player based on my performances, which is effectively what we've done. And I've dropped to an 80 rated player as a result. That's what we're doing. And actually, I think that's the right thing to have done and the realistic thing to have done. I actually quite like that there's now that challenge, that threat to our overall rating. We can't just be really good and not get worse. That's not how form and player ability works. So Rasmus Højlund has moved from Manchester United to Juventus, so we will play against him later in the season, unless we've played Juve for I think actually we've played Juve for a second time, haven't we? We have. So I will not play against Rasmus because we missed the opportunity to play Juve for the second time whilst we were injured. Ivan Hamey has moved to Almeria from Porto. Emerson Royal moves to Ghent. It's a really strange move. Bisek has left Inter. Jalhanoglu goes to Leeds from Real Madrid, by the way. Really intriguing. They are the 2 of the biggest deals on deadline day. That is, of course, until Nicolo Barella leaves Inter to go to Valencia, and then Jamie Bino-Gittens comes to Serie A to Sassuolo from Stuttgart, having left Borussia Dortmund at some point in the save thus far. Anything else major? Oh, Manu Kone going to Dortmund is major, but not for Serie A. Sandro Tonali moves within the Premier League for 84.4 from Newcastle to Manchester City. We also see Antonio Silva move from PSG to Bayern. Luis Sinisterra does come to Serie A, to Roma. That was one of the rumours that's now gone through. More potential Serie A rumours there on the left-hand side. Only loans with 3 hours to go. Then Serge Gnabry moves to PSG. And in the final hour, Samuel Ricci does go from Torino to Osasuna, but no other massive moves. So, your options then for a potential place to move next season are as follows. These come from your comments in the comments section and from live chat as well. Because, of course, a handful of teams you mentioned in the comments section also have goals from outside the box as one of the objectives. Fulham was one of the first comments to come in with regards to a team to potentially add to the list, but they too want 5 goals from outside the box. So it's pointless adding that because it genuinely won't offer me an option. So some comments have teams I could go to, some comments have teams I can't, so I can't include them. But this is only voting to have this as an option at the end of the season, not necessarily voting for where I definitively will end up next season. We may end up staying at Genoa. I only need 7 goals from inside the box at the minute to stay at Genoa. So your first option is not Fulham. Your first option will be... I have 12 options for you to potentially be an option to move to. At present, my current contract sees me needing just 7 more inside the box goals in the 15 now, I think, games that remain this season. So staying at Genoa is a possibility, but not a definitive at the moment. Currently, Hearts of the target club, but they're not going to be the target club. And obviously, these ones only goals from outside the box. If we hadn't been injured for 3 months, I'd have said, sure, we stand a chance of being able to do everything on all of these, but the minimal amount of time left means that it's probably not an option, doesn't it? So, we shall start in Belgium, actually. The first option is a Belgian team, Standard Liège. They play regularly in Europe to some level of competition. Came from the YouTube comments section. Standard Liège in Belgium. I would need another 6 assists to go there. 6 assists in the remainder of the season. Outside of Belgium, we can move to England, where in the Championship, Watford would be an option, although I would need another 6 assists there. West Brom would be an option, but I would need another 6 assists there. Of course, bear in mind I'm 80 rated currently, having just been downgraded. In France, these came from the comment section of YouTube as well. Lille is an option. Lille goes without saying that they are decent. I'd need there, though, another 7 goals and another 8 assists in the remaining games this season. Also in France would be Lyon as well, actually. At Lyon, I would need just a 2% more shot-to-goal conversion percentage, which is definitely doable, and 3 more successful one-on-ones, which is definitely doable. The bicycle kick, obviously, is just an optional at the moment, and considering we're asking for the lowest of that... Well, it wants just 2 of the optionals for the boost in the way. So I could do those. Those ones are fine. So moving on from France, we have an option in Germany, I believe it was. Just the one option in Germany, that being Augsburg. Now, Augsburg, I would need to score 7 more goals inside the box and create, so score or assist, another 11. So 7 goals from inside the box plus another 4 goals or assists, because the inside the box goals will count as the created goals as well. From Augsburg, there are some options within Italy that we could consider. Well, Atalanta might be one. Actually, Atalanta, I would need 7 more inside the box goals. Let me add Atalanta to this list, because there are 13 options then for you to vote for. Also within Italy, there would be Fiorentina, who are currently challenging towards the top end of the table for Champions League spot. I again would need 7 inside the box goals for them. Lazio are an option. I would again, though, need quite a bit. Although 7 goals in the box would actually tick both, because then I'd have 11 goals and 10 goals inside the box. So actually that's not as difficult as previously I perhaps could convince myself it was. Roma as well is an option, but I would need 7 goals and 9 assists there in the remaining games, so that's probably unlikely. We could also potentially go to Lazio as well. Here I would need, again, 7 goals inside the box, and that would cover both. And then Atalanta as well, as you've seen. There is also some Spanish options on the list too. Elsewhere, every other club or every other nation, I'm probably too good to play in at this stage. Bilbao want hat-tricks, so Bilbao is not one of them. There is Girona. At Girona, I would need 7 more goals. At Granada, I could go to Granada now with the max wage as it stands. I would need a first-time shot goal to do that. I could lower it there, and then I definitely could go to Granada. And then the other option in Spain was Levante, where I'd need 6 assists. I believe that's everyone. Liège, Lille, Lyon, Girona, Granada, Levante, Watford, West Brom, Augsburg, Fiorentina, Lazio, Roma, Atalanta. They are your options for a potential target club. So we would either, if you select Granada, definitely have Granada as an option, or have someone else of the other 12 options to work towards between now and the end of the season to add as a potential option. If we don't get an option of renewing at Genoa, if we don't get an option of choosing or being able to move to our target club, and we don't get an option with the recommendations, then we will be forced to go on loan somewhere, I believe. So that is the alternative to not getting any contract with anyone. But it all hangs in the balance. That 3-month injury has kind of thrown this whole season into chaos now, and I need to really perform moving forward. However, I have not, of late, really performed, and only getting minimal football at the moment as we try and force our way back into the side. It's not great right now in terms of potentially getting a lot of goals and or assists. We'll come on against Milan in the next episode 2-0 down at right forward again, which is seemingly where the manager favours me when I don't start. But for now, that is going to end this episode for this week. When we come back on Monday, we will absolutely definitively know what that target club will be, because you guys will have voted. Vote for as many as you would like on that poll. You can vote for unlimited options. Of course, only able to vote the once, in terms of one chance to pick as many of those 13 as you would like. But you can pick as many of the 13 as you would like. I.e., you can't vote for say you wanted me to go to Lille. You can't vote for Lille and then vote for Lille again and then vote for Lille again. You can't have multiple votes for the same club, but you can have one vote for multiple clubs. Understand? Good. I didn't really do a very good job of explaining that, but it is what it is. So I will achieve as much as I can in the remaining 15 games of the Serie A season. And then we'll see what happens. Absolutely no idea. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your support. Drop your comments. Let me know which way you voted. Drop the video a like. Join me for the next one on Monday. I'm live over the weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. We're streaming on the Twitch channel, and hopefully by this point on the Chesnoid Live YouTube channel as well. So you'll find links to both in the description down below. But for this episode, for this week on YouTube's second channel, ChesnoidPlays, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.